Okay, so I'm going to just brush my hair for a few minutes and talk about positive YouTube comments. So I think this can apply to real life too, because I get it. Sometimes people want to make a point. They want to make a point. They're right. And they will make that point at expense of other people. Tone means nothing to them as long as they convey that they're correct. And this is part of the reason that I'm commenting less on YouTube videos, just because I think you should be able to just have a rational conversation saying, hey, I prefer historical events over a show. And if somebody doesn't like that, to start name calling, it's not rational. And I don't know if it's because people just think that if they dismiss people that way, that they want to debate, or to just put people in categories. But anyway, this is part of the reason I love to engage with comments here, but I have a zero tolerance policy for rude commentary. If you are a bully on my channel or you're just rude, I just delete your comment and I disengage. But I've realized that's why I rarely comment on other people's videos. And when it comes to online social interaction and in person, I do talk to a few people, but it's very bare bone minimum. I just think in general, this is my impression. If you're so invested in always being correct, but you don't care about your tone and you will make your point at the expense of other people, then my reaction is I might say something, I might just say, well, this is my view, but after that, I'm just not going to say anything anymore. And that's been my practice because I just don't see the point of these back and forths, and honestly, it doesn't serve me. Anyway, I just want to focus more on hair content. I know I've done some Metallica videos, which were fun because I went to the SoFi Stadium, and that was something I was never going to do again, so made some videos about that. I might make an edited video about hair soon. I would have to think about something hair related. I just want to make it in a way that it's about things that actually pertain to my hair, and that has been the progression of my channel. Early on in my channel, I did a lot of things like hair flips, and I tried hair banging, but I generally, honestly, don't do those things with my hair. I don't really do a lot of DIYs with my hair. The few DIYs I do are henna, but when I posted those videos, most people weren't that interested in how I applied henna to my hair. It wasn't, those videos, for all the work they took, they weren't exactly my highest viewed videos, so I was never the DIY girl. I'm just the brush your hair, have a conversation, chat kind of lady. So I do like to talk, but I like it in more of a peaceful kind of way where I never want to negate what somebody else is saying or negate someone else's worldview or tell someone what they're saying. I just want to be so respectful. But sometimes you have to realize the world is just not respectful, especially there is this overly assertive dynamic. I think some people really love that, and I just disengage because, like I was saying in a previous video yesterday, I don't feel like I win anything by proving a point. Actually, it's kind of funny because if you actually read my comments and watch my videos, I'm not the kind of person that lords things over people, even though somebody told me that. But what it was they wanted me to say, oh my gosh, I can't have an opinion. But I realized, you know what? Leave them alone, because other people's videos are not for me. I really don't see, maybe if I know a couple of people on YouTube, but in general, there's just no point to really comment on a lot of videos. I just don't see much of a point because I don't like the way that a lot of people moderate their comments, or personally, I just find it, people, they value views over quality and over discourse that is rational. or civil and polite and tone does matter. I know some people, like you, well, here's an example. You could build the most beautiful building in the entire world. It could be architecturally sound, it could be amazing, a beautiful place to live, but let's say you're just not a very easy person to deal with, and you tell all the people working for you that, oh no, you need to do this and that, and then you tell the tenants they need to do this and that, and if you don't listen to people and you dismiss people, then you could be the best architect in the world, you could have the most beautiful building, but maybe people don't want to live there, you know? That's just my view, but I think in order to create the more positive environment, you have to excuse yourself from commenting on much of what other people are doing, because I feel like the comment sphere has always been a little toxic. I don't think social media is really toxic. I think it's how we engage with it that can be toxic. Like, even though I'm online, I do limit my scrolling because I will run across things that I just don't find positive if I scroll. So I tend to, like, I have an upper limit on it. Like, after a couple of minutes, I'm like, oh, I reached the upper limit, and that's all I can handle, and the phone goes to bed, and I can put extreme limits on my phone. In fact, like, some people that would message me, they'd be like, why aren't you getting back to messages? It's because I put a strong upper limit on my phone. Like, I look at social media, but I'm like, no, I put the phone to bed. Like, can you put your phone to bed for 4 or 5 hours and not glance at it? I feel like that's a healthy relationship with your phone. If you can put it away for 4 to 5 hours, like if you can go a few hours without looking at your phone, to me that's not that you have to get off social media. I think you just need to be like, I want to use it more sparingly, because YouTube is social media, by the way. Social media is any platform where people socially interact with each other. That's the key definition of social media. So I just feel like this has pretty much always been the way I was, but in general, if something just doesn't seem positive, I'm kind of going to try to the best of my ability not to comment on a lot of other videos anymore. Even if it was interesting, I feel like I can make my own videos and have my own dialogues on my channel where I am a steward of my comments, and I wouldn't allow certain commentary that other people think is okay. There's just certain kinds of comments that other people don't have a problem with, or you know, they actually like because of the viewership component. To me, they give me the ick, and if something gives me the ick, I'm gonna stop engaging with it. That's all. So yeah, those are my thoughts. So I feel like, I know like sometimes when you're a new YouTuber or even a seasoned YouTuber, they're like, engage with other YouTubers or on TikTok, and I'm gonna kind of tell you, like, be very careful, like kind of suss out somebody's channel first. Look at their comment section, see if they're a steward of their comment section, because if they have a comment section that's kind of unregulated, I'm not saying you have to regulate your comments. I understand rational dialogue, but just like a name-calling kind of put down comment section, I personally would hesitate to comment on channels like that, but that's just my cup of tea. You should have your own cup of tea, you know, make your own choices. Going forward, I pretty much don't comment on a lot of YouTube videos anymore. But in general, like, it's also too, it's kind of lazy too what people are uploading. Like, some people are not, it's not even an event they went to, it's not like something they created, they're just uploading something from like a show, and it's not even original content. So at the end of the day, I don't even think those people deserve views, because what point did they prove? I don't know. Anyway, my just whole take on the whole YouTube thing is, if you are going to engage with a video in the comment section, just think before you comment on it, because personally, I just don't really enjoy like the unregulated, the mean-spirited comment sections, because some people are not stewards of their comments, and they're like, oh, views, views, views. And it kind of goes back to that architect example. Like, you could be the best architect on the planet, but if you didn't treat, like, your employees very nicely and you were just, like, chastising them all the time, or if you just were very strange, like HOA example, like, oh, you're not allowed to have anything on your front lawn. I don't know. A lot of people don't enjoy, like, some people might like that kind of environment. I don't know. You might get a lot of Karens who will follow you. I think Karens, those Karen types, I know that's kind of a stereotype. People like that, they probably do like channels like that. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on this, and thanks for watching.